2020, if I recollect. I think that was the time during the immediate past governor. Some chiefs were suspended because they refused to comply with the peace measures uh, and all that. So why is it that the people themselves, have, defied the peace measures put in place by even the state government that you're talking about?
Yes, you see, some of this, like I'm trying to mention, I've mentioned the political aspect. There's a traditional angle to it, which is we're going to bring in the traditional rulers and other chieftains or other chiefdoms to come in there. Because some of the issues, like the fundamentals have been raised, the cattle, the farmers' herders clashes. If you ask questions and take statistics of the numbers of cattle in Benue State today, you'll be amazed with the statistics of the numbers that are even owned by traditional rulers, politicians in Benue State. Not that these cattle travels from various countries and then arrived in Benue State. Some of these cattle are even owned by traditional rulers. And so when you begin to bring certain measures that do not benefit or satisfy their interests as a people, as a person, they're opposed to that. They're opposed to that. And that is another aspect, another angle of insecurity that have been invested on the people. Why? Because every now and then, festive seasons, you see some of these people we call herders take cattle to go and give these traditional rulers. They don't say no to it when they bring it. But when the problem starts, they will claim innocence of it. So that's another aspect. Not as if the state government in the past have not taken action. That is why we came about the inaugurations of the Benue gas. All of these things are, solutions tailored to meeting up the challenges of the Benue insecurity.
What do you think are the needs of the herders?
Well, the
What
needs
have you found
needs of the herders
Benue?
cannot the need of the herders is not just one demand. Some demands for permanent stay, some demands for ownership of the land that you do not own, the land you did not buy. And this agreement, when reached between individuals that give out some of these lands to these herders for temporary stay, it's not registered anywhere. So you cannot exactly tell. They believe, from what I have gathered in the past, when these herders comes and they give you 50,000 naira, 100,000 or 200,000, it is believed that they have paid for that land and not rent. But these guys who initially rent out these lands to these herders not even have any understanding of what the herders equally mean. You understand? So it is more of the people, like taking instance that of the Agatu. Agatu local government has also themselves, not been settled because have been issued the problems of the Acholegba and the Agba people, the fights, the community fights ongoing and all of that. So you begin to hear alleged case of, it is these communities that give the land to these people. It is this community that give this land to these other elders. So they are not themselves even assured of who is allocating this land. You imagine that somebody's son somewhere will just go to the land, call the herders and say, this land, I give it to you, pay me money. And when the problem starts, you wonder who gave her this land to these herders. And the herders believe that they have bought this land. So the true ownership of this land that is being demanded by some of these herders, if you put it into constitution, they may be right, because the people who have been issued have put themselves in that mess. But all we are saying is that the Peace Reconciliatory Committee that we actually inaugurated, or not inaugurated, but then brought out then during the past governor, His Excellency Governor Samuel Oton, should have ordinarily be inaugurated to bring these people together, side by side, understand their plight, and then see where they can now solve the problems. But I do not see the current administration of His Excellency Governor Aicent Alia. I do not see any formidable force, any position taken so far to see how these problems can be solved. Then we are dealing with the issues of herders, farmers clashes. We are not even talking about the criminal activities that goes on a daily. We've heard allegedly in the past where brothers will carry their own brothers, sell them out to, to these guys, and then before you know, they say they are being kidnapped. Most of the kidnapping issue that is happening in Benue State today, it is somebody that knows somebody that does not want somebody to exist, or that is either being aggrieved with the person that will give her the name. I'll give you an example. Some lecturers from Benue State Polytechnic, including the rector, after a meeting in Makurdi and there were some kind of fights, I don't accept with this position, I don't accept with you, you don't accept with me, I oppose this. While coming, they were kidnapped along Nakao to Road. They were kidnapped along. I personally donated money because one of the lecturers was even from my community in Adumotupa. I have to personally even contribute personal funds because people were like, raise funds so that they can release them. The government did not do anything. This is not herders farmers clashes. I'm trying to let you know that there's no practical formations in the state currently to mitigate any challenge. And that's why the Honorable AIG said, look, he has not seen any actions of the government to even solve these problems at hand. Now, medical students traveling from Bauchi State or somewhere were even kidnapped along Otukpa Enugu Road. We have to have people from Taraba State, hunters guards, all the way coming to the state to come and rescue these guys.
So this Benue State Commission for Peace and Reconciliation,
it's not active. It's not active. So that's to tell you that even the government did not put any practical steps or formation on ground to mitigate any challenge. Last year, October 20th, 2023, you recall the Otukpo Bank robbery. What has happened? Nothing has happened. Just about 2 weeks ago, in the same Otukpo, where Barrister Mark Ofikwu was assassinated right before his gate. I traveled from GRA in Otukpo at 2 a.m. to Otukpo roundabout. There was nobody to ask me the traditional questions from where to where.
Demola,
you go to now.
Sorry, I need to, Demola, we are having a conversation, and I'm not sure that you are part of the ESCO of the present administration in Benue. So let's just, restrict her. You don't know what he's doing.
No.
So you can't say it's not working.
Let me tell you something. I am from Benue State, in case you don't know.
Okay.
Are you understanding me? I am an indigene. I'm from Ogbadibo local government of Benue State. And 3 days ago, I spoke with virtually about all the local government chairmen. You understand it? To know the situations at hand, how we can come in. Because in the year 2020, I moved myself and my association, the Association of Idoma Private Security Practitioners, which I am a president.
So you are part of the resolution measure.
I'm not trying to let you know that not by the government. The one the natives have found that, look, we did not see government practical steps in solving these problems. And so the alternative in this instance is to see how we can bring in neighborhood watch, integrated neighborhood watch, and community policing to see how we can solve the problem. Because it seems the government has abandoned the people. No, I understand that regional security solutions cannot solve conventional insecurity. But another way around, we can still begin to use that measure to keep, taming the excesses of some of these bad guys in the zone, pending when there's an intervention. So I am trying to itemize some of these challenges, and this is not full and it's herders clashes. Yes, I am telling you some of the insecurity happening in the state. Just few weeks ago, about 23 persons were killed in Logo, local government of Benue State.
That is still not herders.
Yeah, this is not herders. Now, just few weeks ago too, in Okpaku local government, there were burnings of houses. These are just community clashes. Ordinarily, a governor who is, coming up with practical solutions and peace-resolving, solution would have come up, just a single visit of the governor. Gentlemen, I'm aware of the challenges you're facing. I know this is happening at this time, but I want you people to please, bridle down your tongues in what you do, reduce the excesses, and then let's live in peace. You see, that singular act shows an exemplary, leadership that this guy is, up to something. And then you can now call the leaders, the community leaders, the traditional rulers. That has happened in the past before, though. We've not had that kind of, solutions where everybody, the native integrated solutions, where everybody says their challenge, what pains them. Even it can include invite the heads of the association of the headers.
I'm even
Let
happy.
me tell you-
I'm happy you say. So I'm happy you say that you are also because like AIG will tell us, security is a collective responsibility.
I agree.
Where yes, and where you feel enough has not been done by the state government, it falls within your purview to also take
when
a
you don't take the security vote of the state, it's within my purview to go and look at the flashpoints of where this is festive season coming. Now it is within my purview still that I have to go and bring in maybe perhaps a surveillance in the zones where we have this kidnapping happening, and then it is still within my purview to see how I can mobilize the police, mobilize these NSCDCs, mobilize the local vigilantes,
Anyway.
making sure that the patrols within the zones is still within my purview, that I do not take the security votes of the state and still go around visiting all the states and know their challenges. It is not possible with an association that is not funded by the government.
Every layer of
But
people
then
have their
we can
responsibilities.
only bring in solutions.
I agree.
and see how they can
I
be
agree.
Yes.
That's why I
Also,
said
okay, all right,
every
okay.
layer